Hello and welcome to EUTV Sports Update. We'll be looking at the latest sports news from Evangel University and around the region. I'm Spencer Barnes.
We'll also look at college football across the nation and check out the latest happenings in professional sports. I'm Josiah Mann, and this is Sports Update on EUTV.
Man, what an incredible...
Well, what an incredible slate of games this weekend, Spencer. We saw the Chiefs and the Bengals play off, as well as the Evangel University's Valor play Sterling College with an incredible score of 38-14. What were some of the highlights of the game that you picked up on?
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, touchdowns left and right, interceptions, fumbles, just a crazy game.
Eric Williamson with 180 yards this game. Absolutely incredible. We also saw the Georgia State lose to Kentucky this past weekend, which was a surprising loss, I thought.
Yeah, well, looking at Evangel football moves to 3-0 this season after another dominant win over Sterling, winning 38-14. Following the victory, running back Eric Williams and kicker Jonah Edwards both received KCAC Football Players of the Week. Williams had 180 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Valor, and Edwards was perfect on extra points and hit a 29-yard field goal. Evangel's ranked number 16 in the nation in the latest NAIA poll and looks to build on their momentum next week at home against St. Mary's.
Evangel men's soccer went on to the road last week against Ozark Christian and put on a dominant performance, winning 5-0. This was their 4th game of the year and have a record of 3-0 with 1 draw. Andrea Fencado scored 2 goals, with the other 3 goals coming from Rem Hamsworth, Lucas Arias, and Caleb Kuchta. The Valor will open conference this week as they travel to face Avila on Wednesday.
The Evangel University women's volleyball team had a mixed weekend in their recent matches at the UHSP Classic in St. Louis on Friday, September 13th. They secured 2 straight set victories, beating Freed Hardman University 3-0 and Cody College 3-0. However, on Saturday, September 14th, Evangel split their matches, defeating Brescia University 3-0, but falling to Missouri Baptist 1-3. Evangel now stands at 12-2 for the season in their loss to Missouri Baptist. Key players included Viviana Sanchez with 9 kills and Kenna Wise with 17 digs. The team struggled offensively, hitting just .045 overall compared to Missouri Baptist .139.
This past weekend, the Evangel University men's and women's cross-country teams competed at the SBU Bearcat Cross Country Invite. For the women's race, Julia Rust led the way, finishing 20th in the 5,000-meter race with a time of 19:26.26, followed by Macy Kopp in 30th at 30:04.67. The men's team was paced by Ethan Montgomery, who finished 19th in the 4-mile race with a time of 21:01.48. Joshua Rust came in 28th, clocking in at 21:17.13. Both teams showed strong performances as they gear up for upcoming meets later in the season.
Yeah, Evangel's up and down all over the board.
Evangel's up and down all over the board, but the women's volleyball team is coming in strong, Spencer. I was very surprised that they are 12-2. It's a big improvement from the start off of last season, I believe.
The football team's 3-0, too.
Football team 3-0. Do you think we'll have another undefeated season?
I mean, I hope so. I
think we can do it. We have a great lineup. We'll talk to Kyair Warner later today, and we'll get to hear some input from him as well.
Yes, coming up, I'll be here with Kyair Warner to talk about the team.
And later, we'll look at some of the most significant college games from the weekend and what happened with the Chiefs. We'll be right back.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back. I'm here with Kyair Warner, defensive end for Evangel's football team. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
How do you feel about the team's performance in the first 3 games of the season?
I think it's been pretty solid. You know, we started off a little slower than we would want, but in the second half, we've been honestly perfect. So if we can do that starting off the first quarter and the second quarter and the rest of these games, I think we'll be pretty good. But overall, the team's been great.
Yeah, 3-0 off to a great start. What's been the biggest challenges so far this season?
I'd say, so like I said before, definitely starting off fast and playing good Evangel football, and then just, you know, a little bit of details and techniques and maybe our steps and how we punch on defense. And then, you know, just, it's like the little things, you know, as a team, we have a great morale. Everyone's playing for each other, and that's all good. So like I said, just the small little details we can work on a little bit more.
For sure. You had a huge interception last week against Tabor. Walk me through that play. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, so like if you've ever heard an athlete say like they've had a slow motion like point in time during a game or something, that was definitely it for me. I just remember I got off the ball and I was trying to rush against the O-lineman and got through it really fast. So I was like, let me just turn around and run to the ball. And as soon as I turn around, it's just they're coming at me. It's just so slow motion, and my hands just automatically went right here and I caught it. And the next thing you know, I slipped and fell. But it was a great feeling. I don't know how I did it, but it was there, and I was just super excited.
You had a great celebration too. With your teammates. What's it like playing for Coach DeSoto? You know, I hear he's a tough coach, but what's that experience like?
It's definitely challenging to say the least, but I'd say you have to be a very strong-minded individual to play for him, because he's going to challenge you in practice, in the games. He's going to test you. He's going to see how far he can push you, and but he's a very smart coach, though. He knows exactly what he's talking about. And as long as you buy into what he says and you listen to him, things will go good, and he'll show you praise every now and then whenever you make a good play or something.
Well, looking ahead, which upcoming opponent do you think will be the toughest challenge for guys' defense?
So it's really two teams I'm thinking about: St. Mary, who we're playing this next week, and then a little bit further down the line in conference play, Friends University. St. Mary, because they put up 49 points against us last year, and you know, for Coach DeSoto, it's 14 or less. So that was big. So we're just gonna have to take on that challenge. They like to throw the ball a lot, and for Friends, they run a triple option. So and they have been dominating teams to start off this year. So and they're coming after us. You know, so we just got to make sure we stay locked in and be on our P's and Q's, and just as a team, if we can play hard, play together, play fast, and just do that at the very beginning of the game all the way through, I don't think anybody can stop us.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
Well, college football is definitely tough. Have you had to deal with any injuries?
Yeah, so actually before last year started, I was working out and we were lifting, squatting with the team, and I actually hurt my back, my lower back. And I've been to the doctor for it, and I've gone to treatment many times, almost as much as I can in PT. But I'm not exactly sure what happened or what I did to injure it, but I've been dealing with it for like a year and a half now. So I played with it all last season, and that was a little bit of a struggle. It actually ended up keeping me out when we got into the playoffs. So that was kind of tough, but I did my best to just, make sure I stretch a lot. I'm working out, and then I'm starting to get more into like the back lifts and just trying to strengthen that area again. So, but I still go to the trainers every single day to take care of it.
Yeah.
I get stem, I get dry needle, I do all of that because it kind of does suck sometimes. I have to get on like ibuprofen or whatever just to make sure I feel a little better during the games. But yeah, so I'm kind of dealing with that still.
Well, the training room seems to get a big upgrade this year. How is it as a player with the new football facility?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's amazing. So this is my 5th year playing football here and being here at Evangel, and just seeing how quick they developed that and built it all up, and it's a big improvement. Like it looks high class,
Yeah,
to
it really
say. So,
does.
compared to what we had before, I was very thankful for what we had before. It was fun, had some good memories back there, but I think everybody on the team really appreciates it. And after we got it, it just kind of made us realize we wanted to do even more, win more championships, to just keep building on this campus, because it's amazing having that Valor Center.
Yeah. They say a stadium's supposed to come at some point.
Hey, look, I'm ready for it whenever. I'd love to see that.
Yeah. What's it like going through fall camp? I mean, getting here a month before school starts. It's just a football team. What's that experience like?
It's pretty fun. It's definitely challenging because, you're going to have to wake up and go to a ton of meetings, pretty much on every hour of the day. But, like I said, you get to be around your teammates, you get to be around the coaches, start learning the playbook, and it's a good bonding time. Create some good memories during that time. But like I said, once you get into the practices, the two-a-days and all that, and all the lifts, it can get pretty challenging. You'll get tired, you're going to want to take naps and all that. But once you realize that you're actually in a really good place, you got family on the team to be around.
Yeah.
It's just, like I said, you built that bond, you built that trust, and then, end up going into the season, and it makes it all worth it. So
Yeah. It seems like Coach Hebb really wants to take care of you guys, get you guys food. I know you guys always have the Originals cookout, and
Yeah, he definitely does want to take care of us. He wants us, and he really wants us to be enveloped in just like the culture of Evangel. So that's why bringing back the Originals, guys who have been here for the first couple teams of Evangel football. So it's like seeing those guys and them seeing us now. It's super exciting knowing more of the history of it. And I just love it all.
Yeah. Well, Kyair, thank you so much for being with us today, and good luck to you on the rest of your season.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you.
Coming up, we'll look at some of the college games and upsets from this weekend in the NFL. Stay tuned.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Well, the Major League Baseball season is coming to a close, and the playoff race is about to kick into high gear. In the American League, the Yankees, Guardians, and Astros lead their respective divisions, while the Orioles, Royals, and Twins hold the wild card spots. Over the National League, the Phillies, Dodgers, and Brewers are atop their divisions, with the Padres, Diamondbacks, and Mets in the wild card positions. Looking ahead, the Yankees and Dodgers are favored to win their pennants, but the Orioles and Phillies are also strong contenders against them.
Looking at college football, for the first time this season, we have a new number 1 in the college football ranking. After only beating unranked Kentucky by 1 point, the Georgia Bulldogs have been overtaken by the Texas Longhorns for the number 1 spot. Texas is coming off a 56-7 win over UTSA, led by redshirt freshman Archie Manning, nephew of Hall of Fame quarterbacks Peyton and Eli. Texas star quarterback Quinn Ewers went down with an injury during the game, which gave Manning an opportunity, and he certainly made the most of it. In a thrilling game on Sunday evening, the Kansas City Chiefs edged out the Cincinnati Bengals 26-25, thanks to a 51-yard field goal by Harrison Butker as time expired. The Bengals were hurt by costly mistakes, including a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Jamar Chase, who was upset over what he believed to be an illegal tackle. Chase's outburst set the Bengals back and forced them to settle for a field goal. Joe Burrow threw for 258 yards and 2 touchdowns, but a late fumble and defensive pass interference penalty on a 4th and 16 kept Kansas City in the game. The Chiefs are now 2-0, while Cincinnati drops to 0-2.
Even though the Chiefs won, their star running back, Isaiah Pacheco, was injured in the fourth quarter and limped off the field. He did not return to the game, and Pacheco is expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks with a fibula injury. This drastically hurts the Chiefs' offense, as Pacheco is a key piece of their offense. Last season, he had over 1,100 yards from scrimmage and is one of the most physical runners in the NFL. We hope he gets back to the field soon. We hate to see any guy get hurt, especially since he is on Spencer's fantasy team.
Yeah, that really hurts. But yeah, another crazy week. Chiefs love to keep it close, especially against the Bengals.
Love to keep it close, man. I think it was really that. I'll be honest. I think it was that penalty flag that actually let them win the game there.
Yeah.
The Bengals really did made some other strategic mistakes as well, but I think it was that ultimately gave the 1 point difference for the Chiefs. What do you think?
Keep it tight. Yeah, I mean, it's just Patrick Mahomes, never count him out. But
never count him out.
Well, when we come back, we'll have the EUTV Player of the Week.
We'll also have your upcoming Evangel games this week. We'll be right back.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
It's now time for the EUTV Sports Player of the Week.
This week's EUTV Sports Player of the Week is Eric Williams. Eric Williams ran a total of 180 rushing yards this past game against Sterling. He made 1 touchdown, and this season he's already had 2 touchdowns out of 3 games. He's from Irving, Texas, and is a junior here at Evangel. and his position is a running back. He is an incredible player, and we look forward to seeing more of his, him play more this week. He is, I was also KC, as you mentioned, KCAC's Player of the Week as well, and is just an incredible athlete.
Yeah. And now let's go to the upcoming games of the week. First off, men's and women's soccer will be Wednesday, September 18th, the women at 5 p.m. versus Avila, the men at 7:30 versus Avila. Then on Saturday, September 21st, the women at 12 versus Kansas Westland, and the men at 2 versus Kansas Westland.
This week's Evangel Valor Football game will be Saturday, September 21st. We will be playing the University of St. Mary, but at Nixa High School. This will be a very exciting game.
The men's and women's tennis teams will play Friday, September 20th at the KWU Invitational. This will be at 9 a.m. at Salina, Kansas at the Bradley Courts.
Well, that's all the time we have today for our sports update. We invite you to check out euvalormedia.com for all the latest Evangel news and media. I'm Josiah Mann.
And I'm Spencer Barnes. Be sure to join us next week as we bring you the latest in sports news. For more information on Evangel Sports, go to evangelathletics.com. This has been Sports Update on EUTV.
Well,